Fred Gilmore, Coach, it's an honor to have you here. Thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me.
Congratulations, 10-0. Has it sunk in yet?
No, I won until the end of the season. You always worried about the next game.
Did it make it any more special that it was against Sarasota and you won the quote-unquote city and county championship by beating all the teams locally? Did it make it any more special?
Maybe a little because, last year we had a very good game with them at the beginning of the Classic. A lot of words were said, and, we all are prideful.
The playoffs start. No Booker team, you said this to us a couple of weeks ago when you were here, has ever won the state title in football. I talked to Chris Zona, your fine offensive end, defensive player, tight end, defensive end, and he said something that I was very impressed by. He said, and this has to come directly from you and your coaching staff, I said, what's it like having a perfect season? He said, actually, it's not perfect. We haven't won the state title yet. You've really gotten to these kids, and they are not only have they bought into your system for the regular season, but they understand what the goal is. It wasn't to be 10-0. It was to be 15-0 and win a state championship.
Well, that's somewhat. They had some other goals in there. When you're talking about Chris and some other guys on there, they're high-character kids, and they have a mission. This senior group wants to be special. We want them to be also. So I guess the state championship is their goal. But I think we'll just ride it one game at a time and be happy with whatever outcome comes.
Do you treat it any different, the practicing, the preparing, the scheming? Are you doing everything different this week leading to the playoffs, or is it business as usual from the coaching side of things, playoff style?
From our coaching part, I think we're coaching more up the younger guys that we bring up, because if you get to go all the way to the state championship, that's about 7 extra weeks for them. And that gets them ready for next year. You're always looking towards next year.
Absolutely. And I know something that Coach Coleman said in Venice back in 2000 with some of those younger kids, it was invaluable what they were able to learn just practicing and playing with some of those kids. So not only are you having the year this year, but you're also building for the future with these young kids.
And that's how you stay good for years. That's how the St. Thomas Aquinas, the Jacksonville Bowls, they're steadily in the playoffs. They run deep. And those kids practice against real good kids, but they also get those 5, 6, 7 extra weeks of practice. And then you throw in the spring, and that's like another year.
Sebring, the team you're going to play, what do you know about them? And how, when you go into the playoffs, how do you prepare? Because you don't really have a lot of information. You're going to get some film, I'm sure, from them and some information. But it's week after week. It's one and you're done. We all know that. But you're not knowing a lot. These are teams from not around here. And you played a lot of local teams in your non-district schedule were tough teams getting you ready for the playoffs. But teams you don't really know a lot about and aren't from around here. Is it hard to prepare for them? Is it different? Is it better? How does that stack up?
Well, being around assistant coach in a lot of clinics and things, you meet a lot of friends. They get information to you in a hurry. With the way mass media is today, it's hard to keep any secrets, and so you can get any information on any team that you want.
There might even be somebody taking a copy of this somewhere and dumping it on the internet somewhere. On Sebring, you never know, right? Well, congratulations on the perfect 10-0 season, and we hope to see you back here next week as the roll continues to hope to see at Florida Field and Gainesville playing for the Class 3A State Championship.
Thank you.
Coach Fred Gilmore, the Booker Tornadoes. When we bounce back, we'll preview the Venice Indians, as they're also